And we're back
We're back.
with another episode. Return 14 podcast.
What's up, everyone?
Chinese Grand Prix.
The Chinese Grand Prix. What a weekend.
Yeah. Hell of a weekend.
Yeah.
We got to rock our
So
reds,
excited.
represent some winners.
Yep. Kimi Antonelli breaking records.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I got
That's
so
insane.
emotional.
I did too. He's been.
His post-race interview, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard.
He's like, I'm about to cry. I'm about to
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's overall, it's a busy weekend. We had sprint, we had the race, we
Yep.
had news about some races that are canceled. We got just a lot of shit happened this week, and we had F1 Academy also, which was super dope to watch.
Yeah.
It was super dope to watch.
So I mean, jam-packed weekend for the Chinese Grand Prix. So happy to get into it and kind of talk through some things. There are a lot of things that I'm seeing on social that I want to address. So yeah, I'm ready to talk through it. Matthew, you actually
Yeah,
had
it's
something
busy.
too, right?
Yeah, it was a busy weekend for me. They had the Red Bull show run in Phoenix this weekend.
That's
so
cool.
was able to go to that.
We need one of those in
That's sick.
New York.
It was awesome.
No cars caught
Yeah,
fire
lots of time.
or crashing. Into
Nothing caught fire this time.
fans.
They were a lot more prepared.
Yeah.
The guys stopped doing donuts, and not even a second later, they're all running out with the extinguishers to cool the car down.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Jeez,
So-
man.
We'll get into it.
Well, let's jump into the highlights real quick. We're coming off the Chinese Grand Prix, the race. I actually watched it this morning. Shout out to everybody that watched it at 3 a.m. because I can't do that.
That's insane.
That's
I didn't think Stout was going to stay open that way.
Yeah. Either they
Um,
closed
yeah.
or reopened at 3. I don't know, but
That's insane
It's
that they went out
that's
there
crazy.
to watch it.
bunch of
They were out in the
legends.
bar watching this.
Bunch of legends.
Apparently, man. I
Yeah.
mean, that's die hard right there, dude. That's really impressive.
That's dedication. That really is
I was
dedication.
passed out.
No, I
Yeah.
was sleeping. I definitely was sleeping.
Yeah, I tried to stay up. I was like, I'll take a nap, and then I woke up like 30 minutes into the race. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll start watching a little bit, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
finished it this morning.
listen, it was a very great weekend, I gotta say, for the Mercedes fans, the Ferrari fans. I mean, let's start off with, it was a sprint weekend. On top of all that, we had the
Yep.
F1 Academy race too, which is also, something that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But let's kick off with Kimi Antonelli
Yeah, man.
winning
Yeah.
his first
Yeah, his first
Grand
race.
Prix. I know, like,
It's bound to happen.
it was bound to happen, but I am so happy for him, man.
Yeah.
He's part of my
Yeah.
fantasy leagues too.
Hell yeah.
One of my
Yeah.
drivers. We got the helmet.
Yeah.
Got the
Yeah.
helmet right here. Yeah, look at that. Kimi Antonelli. Let's
No
go.
bullshit
Let's go,
either,
Kim.
man. He came in, he won. He got pole from quali, and he stuck it out. And
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, when a Mercedes doesn't necessarily get it off the line, because this is now the second race where he didn't necessarily get the best jump off, they need to figure that out. But I'm
everybody
not
needs to.
concerned
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Well, he wasn't either.
yeah,
Like he knew who his competition was, and that was George right behind him.
Yeah.
And I think
So
that was
he'll
smart.
let the Ferraris
We'll-
by. Yeah.
We'll jump into that. I just wanted to highlight the fact that Kimi won his first
absolutely.
race.
Yeah,
I'm
it
so
was-
happy
it was
for
awesome.
him. It was great. And on top of that, to share it with George and Lewis, it was just like
Like
all,
the old Mercedes, the new
Yeah.
Mercedes, like that.
So
was
poetic.
little-
yeah,
that
it
was
really
pretty good.
was, because you got the
Seeing
veteran.
Bono up there with them too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got the veteran Lewis. You got the new, George Russell, being at his prime, right now. And then you got the up and coming talent like Kimi Antonelli, the future of Formula One.
Yeah.
So it was really like you said, poetic to see.
Yeah. Did you guys see that video of Toto? Where someone was showing him.
It's
this
like
was
seeing-
during sprint
Yeah.
yesterday, where it was Russell, Kimi, and Lewis up there.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, you see these drivers? One of them's in red." And Toto turns around and goes, "That's still our driver."
Yeah,
Yeah.
was like, yeah,
It's like
man.
having 3 of his drivers up there. That's cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, speaking about Kimi, he broke a record, becoming the youngest pole sitter, taking it away from Vettel to get pole position for a Formula One race.
Yeah.
So let's jump into qualifying this weekend. I mean, we could jump into sprint, the sprint qualifying and sprint actually if you want.
Yeah.
But the sprint qualifying was I was very excited about it. George, of course, did well. Kimi did well. I'm honestly just really happy to see the Ferraris up there as well. You know, and the sprint race was just absolutely nuts too.
The sprint race was insane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll probably jump back and forth between it, but the one thing that stands out to me the most about the sprint was Kimi got a terrible jump off the start and ended up falling back like 6 places or something like that. And within 3 laps, he's already fighting for back on top of the grid, which is absolutely insane. Like, that just shows you how crazy the Mercedes is.
Yeah. On top of all that, I believe he got a 10-second penalty for hitting Hadjar as well during that sprint race too. So, you know, that just goes to show the rockets that are in those cars, because they're fucking rocket ships. The Mercedes are great.
He was like, the race started already? Okay, let me just get back to my position. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, it was.
It's quite scary how OP those Mercedes engines are. What they're doing with it doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like some of the other teams, especially Alpine, is maybe kind of figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, and unless they do something, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be what we see for most of the year, with the Ferraris kind of teasing us a little bit, and then Kimi and George like, no, it's not happening.
It's great to see, like, at the start of the race and all of the back and forth and the overtaking and stuff like that. I think that's cool, but at the end of the day, you know, by like lap 30, Mercedes is going to be already far ahead. But I mean, again, it was amazing. One thing that I talked to you about that I thought was interesting was a lot of people online recently, when it comes to quali and stuff like that, are either complaining about it or are just mentioning that the battery conservation or the battery generation or whatever the case is making things a little bit like fake, or there's just a lot of weird words that are being thrown around, which I don't understand.
It's not real overtaking. Like, what do you mean it's not real battles? It's not real overtaking. Look at, not for nothing, not to knock on the DRS, but like the DRS was just a plain cut
DRS trains.
Yeah, there was that, but it's also like once somebody had DRS, it was like it's an easy pass, and it's usually during that at the end of that DRS straight, so it's like the fact that we're getting overtakes in corners, I think is great to see. The battles is awesome,
But I think to some extent I understand maybe some people's criticisms on how this is affecting qualifying, right? Because while F1's not really about the cars going fast on the straights, it's always been through the turns. Qualifying has been the time to highlight the pure pace of these cars, and I don't think that's necessarily gone away. It just looks different this time, and it's hard to adjust to that.
I agree.
I
agree with you. I think people were probably thinking the same thing when DRS was first introduced, right?
Yep.
But I think it's only 2 races in, and out of the 2 races that we had major long straights. So we're not gonna see like the full. I feel like the past 2 tracks haven't really given us like the craziest qualifying sessions. You got China with that, what is it, a 3/4 mile long straight, which is insane.
Right.
It's one of the longest straights, I think, on the grid. And, again, like you're going to, they're going to go straight towards the end. Of course, they're going to lift and coast, or you're going to start to see a drop in top speed. But I think as we go into some of these other races, where there's not as long straights, people being able to like use the extra power during corners, I feel like we'll see faster and faster laps. I mean, I don't know.
Even Matt and Tommy were talking about it, and they were saying, "Oh, this is really due to like the battery conservation, or the way, however they can optimize the battery. That's exactly it. We are in an evolution of Formula One. We cannot stay stagnant. Formula One cannot stay stagnant. So they are doing things to evolve the way the sport is done. That means that the athletes that are behind the wheel need to evolve the way they race the vehicles. And if you are a true racer, if someone says, here are the rules, be the best within these parameters, and you can still do it, I think that shows a testament on how great of a racer you are. But I mean, this is the evolution of, of what things are now. Things may not always be this way. Things may shift later on.
Yeah.
But to see the drivers take whatever they can operate in, whatever parameters they can operate in, to still be amazing at it, I think it's fantastic. And you cannot tell me these past 2 races were not fun to watch.
Yeah, that's the real key to it all. I think these races were great. They're so so entertaining.
Yeah,
compared to anything we've had recently. And
people wanted yo-yo racing, right? Like the back and forth, overtaking on this corner, coming back. Like, people wanted that. You're finally getting it. But the fact that, the whole electric and, conserving the battery and recharging is part of it, I think it adds a twist. Again, I'm not 100% sold on it. I feel like not everybody's 100% sold on it yet. And I feel even the FIA have considered maybe changing things up. I don't know when. Maybe not this year. Maybe next year. Who knows? But the fact that everybody wanted, Matthew, you said it before, it doesn't matter how we get there. People want racing, and the fans want wheel-to-wheel racing. And I think the last 2 races, the last 3, the sprint included, have given us that. And I think if Ferrari, and I feel like they're going to be definitely getting race wins this year, for sure. And if they could get the upgrades to improve the car, they're going to be right up there with Mercedes, 100%. And then I think the battles are going to lasting a lot longer, which is great. Again, we talked about it last year. It was, you either waited on strategy or undercut, overcut, DRS, safety car, but now we're getting people right off the line. Like, it kind of goes back to what we were saying before about qualifying. The Ferraris are so good off the line, during the race. It's like, whether they qualify P3, P4, P5, I think this is the second time we're seeing them the third time we're seeing them in the front before the first turn. So I don't know. It's exciting. I like it.
Well, I mean,
so far.
So here's the alternative. Look at the F1 Academy races. Yeah. And you watch those races again. They have no special bells and whistles. They are just all the same.
4 cars. Yep.
And it's just one big line of cars racing, and it's honestly something that I wrote down, and maybe we can talk about F1 Academy, but I mean, like, they do need to do something with those cars. They need to give these girls something, whether it's one of these buttons for battery, give them DRS or something. But when you watch an F1 Academy race, yes, I understand that the speeds are different, but at the end of the day, they're all the same speed and they're still racing. It's incredibly just vanilla. It's just all one big snake of cars going. Maybe you'll see a car overtake, but 9 times out of 10, it's because someone fucked up. Yeah. And they have to take advantage of it. Yeah. And that makes the racing, quite honestly, not as thrilling as what we've been watching with all of these bells and whistles.
I think a part of that with F1 Academy is just the China track is just massive for those cars. I personally don't think the F1 Academy races should be taking place in China. I know you get a lot of eyeballs, a lot of sponsors. It's great viewership. However, the racing itself, it's like, it takes them about a minute to get down that long straight, Yeah, it's a big track. It's a big track for such low horsepower cars. I think their top speed is about 150 miles per hour. So it's not a huge, for us normal drivers, that's fast. But still, it's like, you run into that issue with the snakes. Like, you see just a bunch of cars. Just, unless somebody that's driving aggressive decides to try to dive bomb and clip another car, which we've seen.
This is not to take away though from Ava Dobson.
Yeah.
Because after watching race 1, qualifying, well, both race 1 and race 2, honestly, she was the most exciting driver on that grid. She was really driving hard, really trying to overtake people way off the racing line. Like, that was exciting to see.
Yeah, I was really impressed, honestly.
I was so impressed.
Yeah,
I was so
She's
so,
never
so
driven that
impressed.
track before, too, so I think that's like pretty impressive.
She was not playing around. She was actually pushing. And quite honestly, I don't remember recalling any other driver putting that much fight or defense or anything in the race.
I'm really looking forward to the other F1 Academy races too, and like you said, Mark, maybe a bit more appropriate tracks. As well, because I think I want to see Ava kind of fight.
I want to see some.
I really want to see that.
I want to see some fighting happening, and I know that she has in it because she was not making it easy.
Not making it
for
easy.
Ella. I think Ella. One of the McLaren driver. I need to get the names, but like we'll do our homework and we'll study up for sure. But she was not making it easy at all for anybody, and she had some great battles. There was a lot of that midfield was getting a lot of TV time, which was awesome. And every time I was like, wow, they're really giving Ava a lot of TV time. So like, this is great for her.
Because like I said, she was the only one who was actually pushing and fighting. And like I think she was the closest. She was within like a tenth, like 0.3 of a second almost at all times.
Yeah.
Right.
They really need to give these girls a little extra horsepower or something
DRS.
to kind of help with overtaking and fighting. Because
I think the cars are a bit too weak to be, I think, what they want it to be. F1 Academy for me feels like it should be, the cars should be a lot faster, so the girls are a little less comfortable in it,
and they could show off their skills too.
Exactly.
That's another thing.
Exactly. I feel like they're everyone's kind of figures out what's going on within the first few laps, and it's kind of
then
it's just there.
Unless a safety car happens.
Right. It all comes down to a safety car or somebody making an issue. Again, this will be the last time I say it. If they can implement, take a quarter of that battery and slap it into an F1 Academy, I'm sure we'll get more. Something.
Give them a F3 car or something. I think would be better. But give them something to like really manage as well. But
shout out to Ava though.
Shout out
it was
to Ava Dobson,
absolutely incredible to see you drive. The intro was super dope. I feel like I know a celebrity now.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, she did great.
Yeah, she did great.
P9 and then P10.
Yes, P9 and then P10.
She got points, I think, for the second race. So that's great.
Yeah,
exactly. So, but we'll continue to keep an eye on the F1 Academy races as well and do our homework on that stuff.
I think back I think to your original point, Ben, about these cars, the F1 cars and how we're racing. I think if Charles is having fun and is letting his engineer know that, like, hey, that was pretty cool. I had some fun there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone should be complaining.
Exactly.
Even
like,
Lewis
and I noticed something. I forget which part of the race, but it was Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes, and then it was Alpine, Haas, Alpine.
Yeah.
So it's just Mercedes engine and Ferrari engine battling each other out the entire race.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then Max coming in, obviously. But
it
was a cool race.
Cool race, and it was shocking to see that about a third of the grid either DNF or didn't even fucking start.
It was like, that was tough,
especially with McLaren. Like they did okay during quali, and then they didn't even make the starting grid. I still don't know what the deal is.
I feel bad.
I think it was a battery issue.
Yeah.
2 different battery issues is what they said.
Jeez. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good, McLaren, especially when you have the reigning world champ just trying to get his second title. He's not even in the conversation anymore.
Yeah.
He's not.
In the second race.
McLaren's not in the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird how, like, they just disappeared this year.
I know.
It's so awkward.
It's weird. It's just like they were the talk of the town, the winners last year, and then everybody wants to talk about Mercedes Ferrari.
I'm not surprised. I think these new regulations have brought in so many unknowns.
Yep.
It's like some people are not even starting races. Like I don't think, like, I'm very confused about that. Cars are fucking breaking down mid race. Like I think Fernando
Yeah.
Alonso was 60 seconds or something like
I mean,
that.
that was to be
behind.
expected with
But like,
Aston, but
it just
Yeah.
seems
see
a
that
little
happen.
messy, man.
Yeah, again, second race. I think everybody's still trying to figure it out. I want to say this about the race starts too, because I do want to talk about like the race and quality and just like really highlight like some of the drivers that we weren't expecting to be fighting and being up there, and obviously the people in the back that didn't get to finish. And I think the race starts is tricky, and I think a lot of people are still trying to wrap their head around how to do it, right? Kimmy being one of them.
Max can't get a good start.
Max
Yeah.
especially, but when it comes down to it, Max, he was what P like 6 at one point, and then
Mm-hmm.
so I think if Max could, I always say this: don't ever count Max out. He will bounce back. The moment he gets a hand on how to do the starts correctly, who knows what could happen. Right now, I think there's two things that's holding Red Bull back right now is the reliability of their engine and those race starts. It's like they can't seem to get those right.
Yeah.
One part is the driver, the other part is the manufacturing, the team itself, and like the engineering. Like for example, when Hadjar spun right during the race,
Mm-hmm.
and then Bearman, taking, barely fucking missing, hitting him right.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was lack of grip, or was it something we've seen that happened to Max during Australia, where the rears just locked, and then he just spun, because it for sure as hell looked that way, because he spun almost 180 immediately.
Right.
And that to me looks like rears locking, him spinning. So I don't know. Maybe we could dive deeper into that. Maybe after this, I'll do my investigating more. But
So
but I don't know. It's like what the hell,
Yeah.
So what I heard, and I'm not too sure how true this is, but the way that these cars work is they rely on a lot of the practice data to help figure out like how much battery regen and deployment they're able to use around the track. And I think that's showing a lot on some of the teams that are messing up when they don't have that kind of algorithm or whatever figured out. You get these random like excess like regen or excess torque with the Oscars situation last week. And so I think it's just the teams learning how to handle these batteries.
That's true.
Sam Collins, we're waiting for you, man. We need you. We need you more than hell than ever.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Give us a video on what's going on with this deployment, because we need to we all need to figure it out and see what's impacting.
We'll have an extra month to analyze stuff too.
Yeah, seriously. And we'll go into that whole extra month in a bit. But
one thing I'm concerned about is that obviously Max has not done well these past two races, and he hasn't necessarily been vocal about it. He's been a little quiet, which scares me, that he is just so fed up with this. I'm very concerned about what this looks like for the future of Mr. Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is rough. Because what it seems like right now is that obviously Ferrari and Mercedes are kind of in their own class, but it really feels like Red Bull and McLaren are very unknown right now. They don't have a lot of info.
Yeah.
Max is kind of messing up his starts and whatnot. McLaren has like not even started, and so I don't know if Max is staying quiet because he's trying to actually like get to a point where they can do decent and then see where they go,
I think,
or if it's just he's just done.
I don't.
with all of it
Listen.
right now.
One thing, Max is very vocal about how he feels.
That's why I'm nervous.
And he's very outspoken. He doesn't give a shit. He's a champion. He's a 4-time world champion. Could have been 5. By all means, he could be 7, 8. If he decides to stay.
Yeah.
But I think Max is, to your point, Matthew. I think he's just taking a step back, and he's gonna like lock in with the team, figure out what's going on, because although he may not have the race starts locked in yet,
Mm-hmm.
he for sure as hell picks up paces immediately.
Yeah.
And he overtakes and he fights. And he's in the midfield right now fighting with a bunch of people that have never fought with him really before.
And being overtaken by some of them, which is, again, it's just so weird to see that.
And again, I think a lot of that comes down to Red Bull, Ford having to figure out the power situation with the car. I think once they get that done, Max could easily figure out, I feel like give him a couple of races, he will have those starts good. Like he will have them like really well. I don't think they will be as crazy as like Ferrari at all. And I think the same with Kimi Antonelli as well. Like, you know, I mean, I love the fact that we're seeing Ferrari just blow it off the line. It's amazing to see. But I don't know. I just don't ever count Max out for anything. You know, he is quiet, but you know, I think he's just trying to figure out. Everybody knows how understand the situation. I feel like he's already given his opinion about the cars. There's no point in you constantly complaining about it more and more and more. And I think Max is a fucking fighter, man. He's a fighter, and he will come back.
What I think it is too is like, even if Ford and Red Bull can get this engine kind of figured out, where does that put them? I don't know that it puts them in the top 3 anymore.
Well, I don't think we have a top. I don't even think we have. We don't have a top 3. We have a top 2.
We have a top, right, for sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is when McLaren figures their stuff out and Red Bull figures their stuff out, who's gonna come out ahead? And even if Max can put up a fight, I don't think he's putting up a fight where he wants to, and I think that's gonna open the doors for him to still want to potentially move from Red Bull next year.
You just don't have enough data. I mean, it's only 2 races, and based off of what I can see, at least if I had to pick a third team, it would be McLaren, just based off of quality, pace, and things like that.
It's looking more like RB. More than anything.
Or Alpine, man.
Yeah, Alpine too. Yeah, that's another thing. So honestly, like some things I wanted to like quickly like mention for the qualifying was shout out to Bearman, Hadjar, Gasly for all making it into Q3 and in qualifying. Like that's big, and Alpine especially. And what I'm seeing is Alpine rocking Mercedes engines, Haas rocking that Ferrari engine, and I mean Hadjar made it because I know that engine's good. It's just I don't think they're extracting the most out of it, and I think it's more of a reliability thing because I think this is the second time where they had an issue with the engine. You know, it was Hadjar last time, now it's Max.
I mean, Bearman, I'm so impressed with Bearman.
Yeah, super impressed with Bearman.
He's doing so incredibly well. Finally seeing Ocon up there too was really great, and I guess he didn't know how to feel because he ended up just crashing into someone. Like, what does it mean to be this far up on the grid?
The memes are back. 10-second penalty for Ocon.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But I mean, Haas is looking great. So I mean, this is exciting stuff, man. Again, I think these new regulations are a lot to get used to, but I'm stuck to my TV like the entire race and watching people, take over, and I think that's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what
I want to be locked in.
And I think honestly, like, you know, on the topic of qualifying, you know, this whole issue with George, like, and I always tell people, like, you know, Mr. Consistent Girly Eyes, we like to call him, but dude, George is insanely good. I gotta give him credit. He went all of Q3, and he with his car being in the garage into the very last minute.
And green sectors too.
I know. And he had to put it in. That reminds me of what was it? Singapore.
Oh.
Was it Singapore where he put in that insane freaking qualifying lap?
So.
Yeah.
Where he almost went into a wall, like he slid, like, dude, George is fucking, he is like, we predicted it. He is my prediction for winning the championship this year.
Yeah.
But the fact that he only had like one chance to lock in a good lap and get P2.
Yep.
You know, that's
the first time
impressive.
he's in a decent car too, right? Because he joined in Williams and then went to Mercedes when they just kind of were whatever, and so.
But even then, you know, he
Yeah.
You know, he was still doing good. He was still fighting
Right.
up there. You know, so
Right.
give him a lot of
So-
props, man. That was awesome. But again, Kimi Antonelli taking that pole position. This is just a fucking great weekend for him.
Oh yeah, that was great.
You know,
What's the deal with them
Yeah.
calling him Raikkonen? What
Oh
the
yeah, I
hell?
was gonna mention that.
I
like,
thought
I
I
saw-
thought
Yeah,
I
wait,
heard that.
I don't know if it was like they were
Oh.
trolling him or was that a genuine mistake? Was
Yeah.
it because of like,
the same first name.
huh?
Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah,
Kimi
don't know.
Antonelli. Yeah, like I don't know.
I don't know, man. But even he was like, "What?"
yeah, I was very
Give me
confused
Raikkonen.
about that.
That's so.
But it was
funny.
awesome to see him up there. I mean, he's a top step.
Yeah,
the
first
champagne.
race win.
Yeah.
In China, it's 18 or older to drink, so he was good.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
the first Italian in 20 years
20 years, yeah.
to
That's
win.
crazy.
That's a crazy stat right there.
Yeah.
Breaks
Yeah.
the record for the youngest pole sitter, taking it from Sebastian Vettel, and then winning the first Italian to win in 20 years.
Yeah.
He almost gave me a fucking heart attack towards the end of the race,
Yeah.
fucking kid.
Yeah.
Because he was just putting in fast laps, bro.
Yeah.
He's just like, I am like almost 20 seconds ahead of everybody because all that
Yeah.
clean air. And he's just
Bono talked to him. Right after.
he's just like, just bring it home, boy.
Yeah.
Just
Calm
calm
down,
down.
man.
But I think, yeah, I don't know who said this. And I don't know if it was, I think this may have been Toto. Toto that said this. Said, I'd rather have a really great driver, really fast driver that's insane and work on pulling it back a little than having a slow driver and trying to get them to go faster. So, and I think Kimi fits that perfectly because he
Yeah.
is insanely fast. He is nuts, you know, and it's just all about taming him.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about like, bro, like, come on, during the sprint, you hit Hadjar, like all this stuff. You put it, you wind up messing up. I think during I know that they managed to get the car working again for him. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing it with Australia, where like, yeah, I am confusing with Australia, but still, the fact that like he's just fucking insane. I'm just so happy for him,
He's-
honestly. Like it's just so
It's
good.
well deserved.
It's well
It
deserved.
really is.
He did a flawless fucking race outside of the start.
Okay. Mercedes has a little bit to go. I mean,
Yeah.
I think FIA confirmed that they're going to kind of structure the rules or the
Yeah, yeah.
regulations behind the compression ratio.
Yeah.
So they have until about mid-season, but now that season is obviously cut by two races.
Maybe
which
they'll
is-
bring it closer. I don't know. It's like
Well, there's some I'm forgetting what it's called. I think it's ADOU or something like that. But essentially, there's a rule set right now that like if one team has such a like large advantage, that some of the teams further back are allowed to do like major engine upgrades. And Ferrari is kind of banking on that. And there's rumors that Mercedes is kind of holding back their engine a little bit.
Oh,
So that they don't have that.
So they're sandbagging the
that gas.
sandbag.
yeah.
Jesus, that
And
compression
so-
ratio situation is probably more dramatic than we actually thought. Because if that's the case, then and they're sandbagging still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
But what
wild.
it sounds like from Ferrari is that they already know what they need. They have this new engine
Okay.
like figured out and they want to get it in as quickly as possible. So they are hoping for this to come in.
I think,
And I would love nothing more than
Yeah.
to see them do that.
Well, I mean, they have a lot of make up because again, he was 20-something seconds ahead of them,
he fucking was.
Yeah.
He really was. And
Yeah.
blasting it.
and
So, do we want to talk through like this whole like cancellation?
well, before we go into that, we gotta talk about Ferrari. We gotta do a whole segment on Ferrari and the battles between Leclerc
Oh my
and
goodness!
Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this goes back to your point about everybody talking shit about the overtakes
Yeah,
online because everybody's a fucking expert, you know, nowadays, right? So I gotta say, like Matthew, like you said earlier, if you have Leclerc fucking
Yeah.
complimenting and happy at the fact that, wow, those battles are actually really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Dude, these guys
Even
were
though my teammate was like an inch away from me. like,
yeah, bro. Like, and anybody that thinks Lewis doesn't have it, man, come on. You got Leclerc at his fucking prime, and Lewis is a 7-time world champion. He did not become a 7-time world champion out of nowhere. This guy will not, like, he was fucking overtaking and fighting, and he wasn't making it easy for anybody. Not George, not Leclerc, not anybody. And I am so happy to see Lewis up there again. I am so happy to see how happy he is, how confident he is. It's like the fact that he got to develop this car too, I think is great. And I think it shows that he had parts in it. And oh man, not just the fact that he's like, he gets P3 in qualifying and is still confident that, you know, the race is going to come and I'm just going to lock in and fucking overtake into the first corner. Like, dude, it's just so exciting to see, honestly,
it's
man.
the most entertaining race I've seen with Lewis.
Yeah.
Like, since I started watching.
You guys could finally see,
yeah,
please.
Yeah.
Because, like, even George even said it. He was like, if it wasn't for me wanting to try to win the race, I was having a great time watching these two go at it.
Yeah.
In front of me. You know, so I don't know. That was exciting.
I mean, again, this is what we wanted. I think these regulations allow for it. It's fantastic. I love to see it. I love to see the back and forth. I mean, multiple overtakes within one lap is insane. I mean, again, I think it's exciting to see Ferrari up there. I had to rep them today just because of Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. I had to put on the Kimi shirt.
I'm excited. I think last year, like as you mentioned just now, is that a lot of the new people have heard these great stories, these folk tales of Lewis Hamilton being the greatest driver of all time, and they did not get to see any of that last year. So I think this is such a huge boost to his confidence.
For the past couple of years, actually, it's been tough, and I've been waiting for fucking this. It's his first legitimate podium with Ferrari. That is major, and I'm sure everybody back in Italy is like really happy.
You know what he said though, right? Like on the radio, like he says everything's so perfect, man. This guy is perfectly trained.
Yeah.
But he goes, Forza Ferrari says something amazing about, you know, we got to still push. You know, Forza Ferrari. Yeah, I'm sure everyone in Italy is just like, yes.
Finally.
Now, wait a minute. I gotta say something now. Hold on, because is Lewis gonna be their number one driver? He, regardless if Ferrari has Leclerc, he has the longest contract with them, right?
Yeah.
But I feel so bad for Leclerc because you've been their number one driver since you've signed, and now you have a 7-time world champion with you. Although he didn't do great at all last year. But this year's like, I'll be sweating bullets because it's like Ferrari will prioritize whoever's in the lead when it comes to points in the championship.
Okay.
I think they will prioritize who gets the upgrades. And if Lewis is fighting and not making it easy for Leclerc to, you know, overtake him and keep those positions, because he did not give up, even though he had for a couple of laps, actually. Like, Lewis was about a second behind him that whole entire time, just waiting. And I think that's one thing Lewis is really great at. He's great at preserving his tires and knowing when to attack. And now I feel like he's really gotten this whole battery thing situation on lock. And I just feel like he's just gonna, he's not gonna make it easy for him.
No,
honestly,
the whole race he did
it, and he overtook him, and I think this is like the fact that
Claire did mess up though.
He did
mess up.
Right,
opened the door for Lewis.
But you got to maximize your opportunities, you know, 100%, and I think the fact that they were both fighting was just respectfully too.
Yeah.
Paper.
Yeah, so close together.
I thought they touched that.
So impressive.
No, Lewis said
that's what Lewis
said.
Lewis said they kissed.
Yeah, a little romantic kiss.
Yeah,
a little Italian kiss.
No, you can definitely see the different driving styles between Lewis and Leclerc very, very clearly. Lewis is not fucking around.
He's not.
He's not
pushing, and he's gonna try and squeeze where, you know, in every way.
No.
Right now, in terms of like points, I think they're pretty much tied. I think Leclerc came in third last race. Lewis comes third. So still nothing really that's gonna push one or the other towards favoritism or, I guess, preference. We'll see.
We will
see. I think if Ferrari gets the speed on the straights, I think Lewis is gonna outperform Charles. Because what I've noticed too is that it's Lewis is in front, and he starts trying to battle
everybody.
the Mercedes in
Yes.
front of him.
Yes.
Right. And what happens is he spends his tires and stuff
Yep.
doing that. And then Charles is able to come back and pass him then. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened, I think, in
The sprint race.
sprint and
Yep.
right. And so
But
if
give
he
him
can
enough.
get the speed in the straights, I don't think Charles is even going to be able to stay as
not
close
with
to him
how
as
he fights,
has
man.
been.
Not with how he
Yeah.
fights in defense
Yeah.
because
and with Mercedes in the battle too,
yeah,
they need to fix their car.
Mm.
Ferrari has
I think
has a
people
chance.
people that are new to the sport are now getting into it now, like and may have gotten into it a couple years ago when you haven't seen Lewis at his best. Lewis went up against Max Verstappen in 2021, and I always go back to this because these guys were together like 20 seconds, 30 seconds ahead of the third car. You know what I mean? Like they were at each other's throats, and I think Lewis not only just Max, but he's had a history of he's fought with Alonso, who was his teammate, Rosberg, who was his Rosenberg, who was his teammate, whatever the fucking name is, but you know, like Lewis has fought some fucking champions, you know what I mean? And like Kimi's not one, George is not one, and Charles Leclerc is not one. There's no champion up there that he's fighting right now. And even if it was Lando, that's a walk in the park for him. You know what I mean? So he has the experience of fighting and being aggressive. And none of these guys, Leclerc has not had an opportunity to truly fight Lewis before. And I don't think anybody outside of Max have truly ever had an opportunity to fight with Lewis on the track. So I'm really excited to see him up there and fighting and being aggressive and just not giving up. Like, I don't give a like, he's just like, I don't care. I don't care. You're my fucking teammate. I don't give a shit. You are not going to, I'm not going to make this easy for you. It's great. I'm so fucking hyped.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped. It's awesome.
We're back. We're in that cycle of the Ferrari wheel. We're so back. Yeah. We'll see how we feel next week.
That's funny.
Or 2 weeks.
And I'll leave it at that, man. But that was exciting stuff, man. And yes, people are just gonna complain, like you said before, you know, online and say that this is not authentic, it's not real, it's fake. It's like, it's real, it's happening in real time. We're seeing it live, you know,
and it's a hell of a ball like to watch. Man. I've had such a great time watching these races.
Yeah, these are the same people that bitch and complain that IndyCar has better racing and, you know, GT3 cars and WEC has better racing and battles and NASCAR has better battles, and now all of a sudden they're getting that from F1 and they're getting that from these cars and they're bitching about it.
Yeah, I mean, people just don't like change in general. I get that, but I think again, this is an evolution.
It's the second race.
Yeah.
It's the second race. I don't think.
Give us some time.
And FIA is going to continue to be like, well, look how many overtakes there were.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I really do hope that this sort of unexpected break in April, though, gives these teams the opportunity to.
Oh, because every
actually
team
fix stuff.
Yeah.
And become more reliable and actually get us 22 drivers racing on the track.
I know.
Because we still haven't really even gotten that.
Yeah.
So,
any honorable mentions before we wrap up the weekend?
I have some. Colapinto, he was able to defend off of I forgot who he was, but he was actually incredibly.
Bearman?
I think Bearman.
No. It was Ocon.
Yeah, he was defending
Ocon,
against
yeah.
someone for a while, and he was just not giving up, which was fantastic to see.
Yep.
Bearman, I think we already talked about that, but you know, just seeing some
Shout out
names
to
that
Bearman,
we normally
man.
don't
Yeah.
talk about.
Lawson, Lindblad,
Yeah.
both fighting each other. Like, that was actually really impressive. And then Lawson on the radio, like, hey man, like, what's going on? You know, like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that
but
was strange.
but Arvin is like, he's new, he's a rookie, he has a lot to prove. If he's faster than you, he's gonna fucking pass you, bro. You better fucking. But I'm super impressed with him, honestly. He's been doing really, really solid, you know, and I'm just happy to see Haas up there. I'm happy to see Alpine up there. I'm sure our Italian mafia guy is like super happy to see that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and
I want to give a shout out to Gasly though too.
Gasly, yeah.
I was so impressed with his racing this time. Again, like seeing the Alpines kind of up fighting is crazy to me. And it seems like it's gonna be them and Haas back and forth, and he gave Bearman a good fight throughout the whole race, and
he did.
I don't know.
He did.
It's exciting.
Shout
Williams
out to
should be up there. They should
Williams
be the ones up there doing
listen,
this.
but at least listen. Carlos Sainz got in the points, and they got one car at least to finish the fucking race. So
we just need to get a race with all cars on the fucking grid. I mean,
but
7 is ridiculous.
Yeah, 7 cars DNFing is not good.
That's ridiculous.
That's not good. 2 not starting. Well, 3 not starting, and then DNFs for the rest. It's just like not good because Albon didn't get to start. He was supposed to start in the pit lane.
In the pit.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, but shout out to Gasly. I feel like he's probably one of the more underrated drivers, and I feel like he's been super underrated for a very long time. He's super talented, and if you guys haven't had an opportunity to read the article they did, you guys should. It's great. If any golf fans are out there, you probably like it a lot, but it's actually pretty funny too, honestly. So, no spoilers.
Right.
Cool.
But
we have we can talk about the breaking news that came through finally. I think
I had a feeling it was gonna happen.
Saudi Arabian and
Bahrain
are going to be removed from the calendar.
They got canceled. They're not being replaced, at least not that we know of yet. Maybe I highly doubt it, but in a way, maybe this is good that they've been canceled. Not good because good for the teams. Obviously bad for us fans because now we have like all of April pretty much.
It's
like
all of April empty.
Yeah, empty. And I am curious to know, for anybody that's not up to speed with what's going on in the world, there is a war in the Middle East, and both Bahrain and Saudi Arabia are like kind of in the middle of all that shit. So the FIA decided to cancel it. Obviously safety comes first, and I could appreciate them doing that. It's unfortunate because both tracks are actually really great tracks, and they're very fun tracks, and Saudi Arabia being like a very brutal track, I always say it. I was really excited to see how these cars perform there, but I am curious to know for how long this shit lasts. I don't know, because we also have Qatar and Abu Dhabi that are both in the Middle East. Obviously, they are towards the end of the year, but who knows how long this war will go on for. And, my thoughts are with everybody that's involved and impacted, and I just hope that this shit ends. Yeah. Or maybe they'll do a ceasefire for, like, at least those 2 races.
I mean, so I can't wrap my head around how the FIA or Formula One doesn't have a contingency plan or backup plan or emergency plan for situations like this.
It will now.
I mean, and especially for the upcoming races later on in the year, like they should start thinking about this stuff because one, like this is 2 races with no points, which I really don't, I don't understand now. 2, this is incredibly impactful for sponsors. 3, impactful for the people who wanted to go to a race and obviously bought the tickets to it and now can't do it. I think it's just, there has to be a way for them to kind of address some of these issues. Obviously, I know logistically, like you mentioned, it might be difficult, but there gotta be some type of background, like backup plan. Like, can they just make them up later on if this goes away? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
That's kind of what I was curious about, because I think their statement, it almost sounds like they're not like there's potential to just delay these races and maybe put them at a different time of the year, or and so maybe that's an option for them. I'm curious if, logistically planning for a whole other race that probably won't happen throughout the year, I can imagine it's very expensive.
They could race at the same track twice.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because as far as getting people to come to a new track last minute, somewhere impossible. Randomly in the world, that's impossible. It feels like. But if you just redo Silverstone twice in a year,
or
maybe,
or you just do it empty, like during the COVID times, where it's just like but Austria. I will always remember that I was watching that shit, and the stands were just empty.
Yeah,
it was really weird.
Or put them all on fucking Sims and just have like a sim race.
Have them actually run the track barefoot.
Can we just play Mario Kart for one weekend?
That's funny. No, I don't know. in a way, I'm sure the drivers are kind of like, I'm sure there's mixed feelings about it because it's like, obviously, those tracks are fun and great. They practice on them. They do this preseason testing on at least Bahrain,
Yeah.
and Bahrain's actually a really good track. I like it a lot, and there's not super long straights, and there's a lot of opportunity to overtake, especially with these new regs. And I was really looking forward to seeing that. I feel like Bahrain would have been one of those tracks where we could actually see a lot of that happen, and maybe the same with Saudi Arabia as well. But I'm sure the drivers are like, I mean, they're human, right? They're racing 23, 24 races, not including the sprint.
Yeah.
You know,
the
sprint tracks, the sprint races. I mean, and I'm sure like, getting like a nice little break. I mean, they barely got a break during the winter time, right? It was barely anything. So this would be cool on top of the summer break that they got. But at the same time, they are like high performing athletes, and they do get paid a shit ton of money. And I don't know.
They risk
I'm
their lives
like,
every day.
yeah. At the end of the day, I just want safety comes first, you know. And I think I think that's what matters.
Do you think they're gonna allow some testing like between then? I know they usually don't do that, but
they should.
Like if missing two race weekends,
they should allow
especially Bahrain. Bahrain, I think, is really important because that's where everyone did their initial testing, and you see how much progress has been made even in just the few weeks in between.
Yeah.
And so I think they're gonna lose that important data set for them in the future, and I hope they give them an opportunity to start like testing stuff out and you know, to keep things kind of
exciting,
because otherwise we have Miami in May after Japan, and then there's like a break pretty soon after that, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
I'm sure.
Because like it's so I don't know.
I mean, there may be a third race that may get canceled because Madrid doesn't look like it's gonna happen. That still needs to go through the testing and all the actual procedures and confirmation of the FIA, and everything needs to be to their standards in order. Yeah. And I don't know, from what I'm hearing, and this goes back like when we did our first episode, like I don't know if it's gonna happen. Like I'm hearing nothing but like that they're nowhere near done building track. Yeah. You know, and it is a street circuit from my understanding.
Well, and some people may be watching this and be like, oh, it's only 2 races. Like these are 2 races of points that are absolutely crucial. Look at last year; it came down to the last race.
2 points
within 2 points.
Yeah,
like this is huge. This is huge.
It's important
that it's not going to be available. But
more often than
remind the FIA that Phoenix was once a track.
Yeah,
you guys can come back here. I'd be happy with that.
Listen, do Daytona. Like fucking like
seriously,
dude, add more American tracks so we can go to those shits.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
They'll sell tickets for those last minute too.
Yeah, 100%.
No problem.
So. I think honestly, I would much rather them cancel and give the teams the ability to test during that time, because they were gonna get data during those 2 races anyways. So it's like, why not just allow them to continue to collect that data? And nobody would have thought that this would have happened, right? What's going on, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I think give them the opportunity to catch up. Give Williams the opportunity to figure out what the fuck's going on. Same with Red Bull.
Everyone needs it.
And everybody needs it, honestly. So this is kind of like a huge... Again, I feel like for everybody, the team principals, the engineers, the people back at the factories of all these teams are probably like, this sucks, but the pressure to have a car performing during Bahrain and Saudi Arabia is off our shoulders right now. So let's take this opportunity to fucking catch up, figure out what's going on. I think that would be the best. If they want more entertainment and we wind up getting other teams up there along fighting with Mercedes and Ferrari, I
finally get all 22 cars.
I think that would be cool. Yeah, finally getting all 22 cars to finish a race would be great, you know?
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
We'll see. But I don't know if there's anything else outside of just, you know, fucking huge congratulations to Kimi Antonelli. Well, Kimi Räikkönen for winning his first race. You know, and you know, becoming the youngest pole sitter and, you know, becoming the first Italian in 20 years to win. I'm sure him and his family are through the roof right now, happy. He was crying. I was almost fucking in tears. Like, I'm feeling really good about this season. I'm still on the fence about the car situation, but the fact that we're getting battles between 4 cars in the front, the fact that we're getting midfield battles as well, too.
Yeah.
And, you know, outside of the DNFs, things are looking a little positive. And I'm just really, really honestly, out of all of that, I am just really happy to see Lewis in a place where he is being able to fight for wins. And I do believe he will get multiple wins this year. And I cannot wait to finally see that. Him winning in red is going to be awesome. You know, who knows what happened?
We just need to see more fights in like the later stages of the race.
Yeah.
Up in front. Like,
for
all
sure.
the fighting obviously up front is happening very early on, and then Mercedes just kind of runs away with
But
it.
again,
I'd love for that to change, but
the last 2 races had very long straights. And I think that's where Mercedes dominates. We get these shorter tracks where there's more turns and all that stuff. I feel like we will see more and more of that, honestly.
Kind of lasting.
It will more lasting
the whole
throughout.
race, yeah.
I don't know about the whole race, but maybe it will last a lot longer.
Japan
So,
seems promising though.
Japan does seem promising.
Japan
There's
seems
a lot of
promising.
bends and winds and all that. There is that very long straight, but the rest of the track is pretty much bends and winds and curves and chicanes and all that stuff. So, you know, hopefully nobody puts it in a wall in the first corner. So let's see. What is Japan our next race?
Next race?
It is our next race.
Yes, our next race. 2 weeks from now.
Predictions.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna say Mercedes still. I think Mercedes is just too quick, man. I know you say they're quick on the straights, but in quali, Kimi had fastest sector too in China, which I mean they're quick, man. I mean fast is fast, so I still think Mercedes is gonna be there. I'm gonna say George and Kimi again, and then I'm gonna say Lewis, P3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Kimi, George, Lewis. No, Kimi, Lewis, George.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm a little high right now off the, what's going on. Right, everybody? So just like
Lewis.
leave me be, okay?
Yeah.
No, I mean that feels like the only reasonable thing right now is the Mercedes and Lewis.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Mercedes and
kind of
Lewis.
what
It's just
I'm-
like,
Mercedes and
whatever
Lewis.
order.
I mean, not for anything with Charles and whatnot, but I really do think that Lewis has the advantage right now between the two, and is just pushing it so hard right now. And I think if Japan ends up being pretty good for Ferrari, we're gonna see Lewis up on that podium again. So
Yeah.
Which I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
honestly.
The real prediction is how many cars are going to DNF.
Oh,
fucking
we'll
start.
actually, I think 5. We're gonna have 5 DNFs. I'm calling it right now. 5.
yeah.
5 DNFs.
Two drivers won't even show up that weekend.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'm fucking over it. My car's not going to start.
Oh, that's probably Lance Stroll and fucking Alonso,
It's-
man.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
But
They need a miracle. They need a miracle.
they really do, and I don't know. But we'll see what happens. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can get all the
Oh, yeah.
notifications of us posting reels and videos. And if we do have, for anybody that's in New York and in Arizona or just all over the world, United States, we have a really awesome WhatsApp group with about 100 new diehard F1 fans that shoot the shit, very respectful. If you guys want to join, leave a comment below. We'll send or add like a little form. Maybe you could sign up.
Yeah. It's
And
fun.
then we'll add you. Yeah, you know.
Schedule watch parties.
Yeah.
It's
All that stuff.
it's all fun.
Yeah.
Fun and games.
Matthew, we gotta do a watch party in Arizona.
Yeah,
set one up.
well, so I went to Phoenix this weekend with a bunch of people to the Red Bull show run, and I've been meeting a lot of
Hell
new
yeah.
people getting into F1.
Hell
So
yeah.
You just gotta tell them.
Definitely
I
gonna try
have a
to-
podcast. Follow,
Yeah,
like,
start
subscribe.
giving out
cards
and stuff.
Seriously.
hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
oh yeah, dude.
Listen,
It's,
like I'm down to help you coordinate like a fucking
Trying to
watch
get
party out
something
there.
going.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
that'd be
sick.
cool, man. That'd be sick.
But-
Take over. Fucking turn 14. Let's
Yeah, man.
fucking go.
Let's make it
I'm
happen.
excited.
Let's make it
Awesome.
happen. All right,
I
everybody.
appreciate everyone.
Good
Peace.
stuff, guys.
Wait.
That edit was funny.
I
that you
love
did, dude. Like this.
I didn't. You know what? Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.